All right, so I want to talk about the 5 causes of anxiety because this is something I personally experienced myself, and I had all 5 of these causes, and I'm sure there's so many of you out there that are experiencing this as well. So if you currently have anxiety, you definitely want to listen to this. The first cause of anxiety is poor gut health. And poor gut health is important because when we have a healthy microbiome, everything's working efficiently in the gut, we're actually producing serotonin. And serotonin is a neurotransmitter and gets produced about 80 to 90% is produced in the gut. So this is why it's important to have optimal gut health, because optimal gut health means optimal levels of serotonin. And we need serotonin because this neurotransmitter helps to keep us calm, especially in stressful situations. But if we have poor gut health, like an overgrowth of bad bacteria, we have leaky gut, low stomach acid, we're not digesting food properly, this can contribute to lower serotonin levels. Lower serotonin levels means we're more stressed and anxious. So that's a very important thing to keep in mind and be aware of is poor gut health. The second is nutrient deficiencies. And this is because there are specific vitamins and minerals that we need to keep us calm, to help our adrenals functioning properly. So the first one is magnesium. So many people are deficient in magnesium. I definitely was deficient as well. And that is because we need magnesium. It is what I call the miracle mineral. We need it for over 300 metabolic pathways in the body, which is absolutely amazing if you think about it, including metabolism of toxins and hormones through our liver. And we also need magnesium for our muscles, our bones, also help regulate, and have optimal blood glucose and so many other things in the body. And the problem is that because we are very stressed as a society, we're constantly depleting it. And then on top of it, if you're also very active through sweat, you're also using it and depleting it as well. This is why so many of us are deficient in magnesium, because we're constantly using magnesium every single day, but we're not replenishing those stores. And magnesium is our calming mineral. And this is why it's important that we need to make sure magnesium levels are optimal. Also, B vitamins and vitamin C are 2 key nutrients for the adrenals. In fact, the adrenals contain the most amount of vitamin C in the body, but when we are stressed, again, we're depleting it. We also need B vitamins too for adrenal support. And a lot of us tend to have mutations of our genes, which require us to take in active forms of B vitamins. But the problem is there are a lot of multivitamins and foods that are fortified with inactive forms of B vitamins, which is not helpful for us. And so this is why it's important to get micronutrient testing to make sure all these vitamins and minerals are optimal in the body, so that way our adrenals are functioning optimally as well, because if not, that's definitely going to contribute to anxiety. And then the third cause is high cortisol. So speaking of stress, when our bodies are under a lot of stress, we're producing high levels of cortisol. That's because our bodies are in a fight or flight mode, which is survival mode. And this is important to note because we have constant high levels of cortisol, we're going to be feeling stress. We're going to be feeling those symptoms. Unfortunately, we were never taught as a society how to deal with it. Instead, you go to the doctor, you get a prescription for it. But speaking from personal experience myself, when I had a lot of anxiety in physician assistant school, I was prescribed Prozac, which did not treat the anxiety. The anxiety obviously was still there because I was constantly focusing on making the grades and getting through PA school. So I had to learn how to manage the anxiety through different types of activities. I call them adaptation activities, such as yoga, deep breathing, meditation, journaling. And I've created a self-care routine every single morning that I do that incorporates all of those, because it definitely makes a difference in how I show up for the day. If I don't do these activities, I'm definitely a little bit more on edge and more anxious, versus when I do them, I can definitely show up calmer and be able to take on the day. And then the high cortisol levels lead into something contributing to hormonal imbalances, and that's the fourth cause. And that's because cortisol and all our sex hormones are produced from cholesterol. So when our bodies are under a lot of stress, our bodies are going to produce more cortisol and less of our sex hormones, especially progesterone. And progesterone is really, really important in women. That's because progesterone is our feel-good hormone. It helps us feel happy and calm, and we also sleep really well when we have optimal progesterone levels. But when our bodies are under a lot of stress, we're producing a lot of cortisol, we're going to have lower levels of progesterone. So this is going to create that anxiety. It's also going to create insomnia as well. So we're not going to be sleeping as well because of this. So that's why it's important, again, to learn how to manage the stress. So, and optimizing our nutrients, B vitamins and vitamin C, which is also important, not only for the adrenals, but for progesterone production as well. And then the last cause of anxiety is emotional trauma. And I experienced a lot of this as well. Growing up, I have come to discover when doing a lot of mindset work that I have limiting beliefs and core wounds that definitely trigger anxiety. For example, I have a core wound limiting belief that I'm not good enough. So anytime I am in a situation where I don't feel like I'm good enough, that creates a lot of anxiety in my body, a lot of tension and tightness. And so I've had to do a lot of work in healing that and helping myself to realize that I am good enough. I am whole, perfect, and complete as I am. I am as God created me. And not everyone's going to like me, and that's okay. Not everyone's going to like you either. But don't worry. With the emotional traumas, it's just having that awareness, like, where is this anxiety stemming from? And a lot of times it's from thinking about the future, but also things are triggering our core wounds and core beliefs that's contributing to the anxiety as well. And if we can learn to recognize what is happening, then we can take action to reframe our thoughts, to change our thoughts, change our perspective, and to focus on something that's more positive and better serving of ourselves. So we are pulling away from the anxiety and creating more peace and calm in our lives. So those are the top 5 causes of anxiety. If you are currently experiencing anxiety, know that there is hope. I am here to help you and guide you as best as I can. My goal is to uncover the root causes of the physical imbalances, but also work on the mindset part as well. Help you to uncover what are your core wounds and beliefs that you are experiencing that is being triggered, contributing to that anxiety. You will work alongside myself and my husband, who is the lifestyle mindset coach. So you'll get coaching through that. So we can be here to help you navigate through this and overcome the anxiety. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, follow, and share with all those who would benefit from that. And stay tuned for more awesome videos. Live with intention and be radiant.